Hello everybody, this is Manamata here once again with more Vanilla Minecraft Survival. Of course, what happened to these? I don't know. But in this episode, well, we already started doing this because I sort of had my microphone turned off again. I always do that and I forget to check, but hey, you know what? Whatever. It's okay now. So, down here we actually started making the sphere for this thing. And we started, and now I'm gonna. Whoa! Oh my! Whoa! 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 This is like the only dark area in my entire world right now, and it's spawning like 50 billion things, including like 2 Endermen. Seriously, what is wrong with this area, dude? I see. Where did that even come from? Okay. This is getting ridiculous. I haven't had any mob. Look at this! I haven't had any mobs after me for such a long time. This is so dumb. Okay, so anyway, we're making the sphere, and the best way to do that is to go ahead and make a pattern like this. I was trying to figure this out. You know, it might actually have been good that my audio stopped working because it was really boring. Where did you even come from? It was probably really boring watching me try to figure out how to do this anyway, so you should be happy that recording got scrapped. So the best way that I believe that I'll be able to do this is making a pattern like this. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Why is this so off center, man? The center is right there. So, I think that's what we were supposed to do instead of whatever we actually did. Down here, as I have, you know, this water stream leading into this, it's actually just going to be a lake down here, like on the bottom of this. So we shouldn't really have to worry about getting the bottom of the sphere too accurate, but the rest of it is crucial. If we get 1 block off during the whole building of this, it's going to throw the whole thing off, and it's going to make me have to build the whole thing all over again and be perfect. So, yeah, you can see why I've been putting this off for such a long time, because this is such a ridiculous project. And it's honestly taking all of my will just to not use What? It's taking all of my will power to just not go into MC Edit and put a sphere in here in like 5 seconds instead of doing this. I would feel bad if I did that, you know? I gotta do this instead. This is so much better. Okay. Somehow I don't think this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't really have anything better to do than this.
This is what I trained for. This is what it's all been about. I want to get to the top of that tower there. It's only 1 block wide and very far away.
Okay, so now that I've endured this burden of trying to actually make a sphere, which obviously I'm not going to make a sphere that's this giant on this big of a scale, because first of all, I have no idea how I would do the ceiling. Like, that would be nearly impossible. Well, it wouldn't be nearly impossible, but it'd be really improbable is basically what I'm saying. And also, I just don't really think... First of all, I don't think I have this sphere aligned properly with this. Second of all, a lot of my designs in this aren't going to be only spheres, and I think it would be really weird to have like a billion thousand spheres at first. I'm really giving all of this as an excuse to not make this a sphere, but I'm going to sort of make this taper off into, I'm not sure at all how I'm going to make this look decent yet, but I'm going to make this sort of taper off into a rectangular shape or something like that, so that I don't have to continue doing this ridiculous following exactly, like, studying the graph so that I can painstakingly place every single block in the exact location that it has to be placed. And I'm instead going to, going to try and somehow make this turn into a rectangle. And I think the way that I'm going to do that is I have no idea. So I'm gonna just do a simple circle, like, you know, circle this thing and stuff. And I'm gonna see if I can possibly make it, because I'm planning to make a sugarcane farm rectangular. I'm not exactly sure if this will be possible, but I want to make a rectangular section that's turned into glass that has a sugarcane farm behind it. Because this whole area is agriculture, it's like agriculture-ness, and that's the reason I'm using so much, because they look like sort of those industrial. That's not industrial. Wow. Come on. There you go. Oh gosh, I'm actually super close to you. I know. Now, what ways I'm turning into a rectangle is this part's already very close to being a rectangle. I think what I'm going to have to do is you sort of with what this actual sphere did with this part and make it get larger and larger as soon as you make this whole thing. It's not completely rectangle. There's no way that transition like sphere into a rectangle without it. It's weird. You know, not even a cylinder or anything, just a cylinder. A cylinder? Why didn't I think of this before? Wow, I'm stupid. A cylinder. Just make it taper off into a cylinder. I am so dumb, man. I forgot a cylinder was a shape for a second. Wow. I'm so dumb. Make it a cylinder. What am I thinking, man? Cylinder would be so easy to do with this. Oh my gosh. I'm so stupid. Why? Whoa. Oh, yes. I am like the smartest person on the planet. I remembered what a basic geometrical shape was. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whole entire game plan has changed here from a depressing trip through making a sphere to just mindlessly placing blocks on top of each other, which is going to end up looking great anyways, I hope. So yeah. Oh wow. Can't believe I forgot a cylinder was a shape. That's so dumb.
Reason the horse.
Oh man, it feels so good to actually be making progress on this. I didn't think that would even be possible, man. Like, oh my gosh. I might actually get something with this done, and it might actually look decent. I can't believe that. Can you believe that? I can't even believe it. Oh, man. And then once we get that done, we can actually have farms and food and good things that I haven't had in forever. I can't believe it. Okay, well, now I'm going to have to get a Silk Touch pickaxe, because I think that would probably, well, I already have one, but I need to get an Efficiency 5 one, so that I might actually be able to replace the stone that I'm building with at the rate of which I'm building with it, so that would be very, very helpful to have. You know what, this pickaxe is on its last leg. Last pickaxes don't really have legs. It's on its last limb, or whatever you would call a pickaxe. It's on its last stick. Yeah. Okay, it's on its last stick, so this is gonna be... You know, you may as well, no matter how many levels it costs, use a pickaxe until you really can't even use that anymore, because it's just a waste, you know? I have the levels for it. I mean, seriously, I used to have to pay 50 levels for stuff. 38 to repair a pickaxe. Why are you up here, dude? Why are you up here? Just let me work on the stupid cylinder, and then we'll all get along. Hi. What? What is going on here? Oh. Look at how cool this looks already, and it looks like crap compared to what it's gonna look like when it's finished. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to be on the final brink of getting this done. I don't even know what that means, but I'm happy to be at it anyway. Alright, so, I think what I'm going to opt to do now, I think I've gotten close enough to the end of this that I can actually start on Would you call this a victory lap? It's not really a victory lap, but I'm just gonna call it that anyway, because... Oh my gosh, my pickaxe is almost out. It's not because my pickaxe is almost out. It's because I'm going to build this circle around this thing, and it's going to be awesome, and everybody's going to love me forever because of this circle that I'm building around this thing. But it's going to enclose it all the way until the top of the tree, and it's going to finally instate my victory over conquering this task that I've been waiting to conquer for like 3 months now. Just this right here, trying to do this one thing, which of course I can't put a... Oh gosh, that used to actually hurt you, but whatever. It's conquering this one stupid thing, and then I can get all my farms going, all my cows going, all my pigs going, all my chickens going, and all my automatic stuff going, and all of my villagers going, and all this stuff just relies on this one room being done with. And it's almost done with. And so is my pickaxe. Alright, so let's see how this looks from here. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I should start closing off there and then do that. Yes! This... Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done, man. We just gotta get through this one last part. Okay. It's done. It's finished, except for whatever that hole is. Ignore that. That's part of it. So, anyway, it's finished now. Yes, well, not the actual detail part, but the actual part that's important, you know, for the actual room, because there are going to be separate doors. There's going to be one right there, there's going to be one right there, there's going to be one right there, and there's going to be one right here, and they're all going to be bridges that lead to the doors. And obviously there are some lighting glitches going on here, but I can fix those by just padding the wall a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I don't understand why it happens, but it does. So anyway, that's awesome. I'm going to work on the detail of this a little bit, and then I'll come back when I have something that I feel like is great. You know, some people are pretty mad that you can craft these things now, but honestly, if you weren't able to, I don't want to go all the way to a stronghold to do this, man. I don't want to do that. Wow. Well, this lighting error makes it look like the pig is super happy, so, whoa. Oh, man. I saw this thing right here. I need to find a new place for this dragon egg, because I looked over... I also need to pad that lava a little bit, because that was bad, but I looked over here and I thought this was like a person or something, and I was like, whoa! There's a Ender Shadow dude. Alright, so, are you ready to see this? Are you ready for it? Well, I mean, you're already kind of looking at it. So, why do I have an iron shovel? I have no idea. So, what I've gone and done with this is I've actually hidden all of the lighting in here. You should be super proud of me for that, because look at how complex this was to do. Look at it. Look at it. Are you looking at it? Okay, well, none of this glowstone you should be able to see based on the position of where the bridges are going to be, and because, well, you're going to be standing on it and the glowstone is under it, so you shouldn't really ever be able to see it. And down here, I just went ahead and lit up the water for a little bit of an aesthetic effect, you know, and I covered all of this stuff in leaves. I put pumpkins down here for lighting. There are a few spaces where mobs can spawn, but I don't think that should really be a problem. Maybe get a couple spawns every now and then, but hey, you know what? It adds the atmosphere too, and I'm not just saying that. It probably... Actually, yeah, I am just saying that, but you know, hey, you know what? It'll help a little bit, probably somehow. So, And of course, there is a torch down here, but you can't see it because of the water stream and because of the beacon that's right there. I'm probably gonna move the beacon, but ignore that. That's also an aesthetic part of it. Ignore those things. So yeah, that was pretty awesome, actually. I'm really glad that I'm finished with this now. So we're going to go ahead and do one of the domes right now, like one of the actual animal things. It's probably going to be the cow one. I really need to stop saying probably. It's probably. It has 2 B's in it that I'm leaving out. But you know what? Whatever. I can be lazy because of... I don't know. So, we're going to choose a side. Which one of these sides... I'm also very excited for a rabbit farm because of... Number 1, jumping potions will be very helpful. And number 2, rabbit stew. Rabbit stew is for the fancy people. Like, it's not efficient, but it's really fancy. Like, I'm gonna hold my rabbit stew and eat it, and it's gonna be awesome. Like, I'm not even sure. I didn't even know rabbit stew was in the game until like a month ago, and it had been in the game for like 7 months already. So, yeah, it's been 7 months since the last update to this game, like snapshot or anything. It's actually... And 1.8.3 and 4 and stuff don't really count. Those are just bug fixes. I mean, like, a new feature in this game hasn't happened for 7 months already, man. Like, the combat update, though, I mean, take as long as you want with that, because the more awesome that's going to be, the way better. I can't wait for that. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, which side should it be? I'm guessing this one. This looks like the prominent side. Back here is probably going to be pigs, because nobody cares about those anymore. Man, before 1.8, pigs were the thing, man. Like, everybody loved pigs, and then they just got shoved out of the way, and now they suck. So, and before 1.8, I mean by beta 1.8. So, this over here is going to be cows. This is probably going to be chickens. I don't know. This just looks like a chicken side. And then this is going to be sheep. I don't know. I don't know why, but in my brain, I just look at the shape of these sides, and I automatically think of sheep and chicken and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do the cow one, and I'll go gather the materials for that. Come back here in a minute. Alright, so we're going to need A, some taiga wood, B, some sandstone, C, some carpet, and D, some cows, and you'll see why very soon, or maybe in a very long time. I don't know, I can't predict the future. Stop asking me about it. Oh man, this brings back so many good memories of spending like 40 million hours here. Oh man, that Guardian farm was really fun, right? I'm still surprised that I was able to do that without dying, like in real life. Alright, so we're back here with an inventory filled with sandstone, carpet, glowstone, lamps, what are going to be levers, and stairs of all sorts and fences. So, first of all, we are going to start building like this. Just a simple bridge right into the wall. Like so. And I believe what I have found to look pretty good in this situation is we are going to just put stairs up like that so you can still kind of see the spruce wood, but, you know, not really. So it looks kind of different, but it doesn't look too the same. You know what I'm saying? Give it a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to put fences like this. Now, I'm not actually sure if we need these fences. I would actually prefer, considering actually I think it might look better for us to... does it look better just to have nothing on top of here at all, or should I put half slabs? Let's see. I think if I do put half slabs, I should, okay. Yeah, I think for now we're just going to go with nothing there. And then we're going to simply dig a hole in the wall. And what we're going to do after that is, alright, let's see how this actually looks, because I'm gonna put sandstone right there and right there, and I'm going to continue this for quite a while. Let's just see here. And now what we need to do is, I'm just gonna put temporary lighting here. Obviously it's not gonna be like that for the whole way. We need to dig 12 blocks over here. Alright, now what we have to do is actually... Okay, so I think this is gonna look pretty good. I've built like a little bit of this in creative, in a different world of course. I wouldn't go in creative in this world, unless I'm taking thumbnails. Then I go in creative in this world. Just a little fact for you. I'm not going to try to get the perfect angle for every single one of my thumbnails in survival, because that would, first of all, make the thumbnail worse, and second of all, it really shouldn't really be defined. It's not defined as cheating in my book, and I don't define I define teleporting as cheating in my book. So, okay, now what we have to do is I think in the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. How many more times can I say alright, okay? I don't know. Actually, I think what we need to do here, because I don't want to make this whole wall sandstone, that would just be weird. I want the outside to look the same, is I think I'm going to push this back 1, so this is going to be the 12 long, and then the actual wall out there is still going to be all stone. So... let's just get back, stupid freaking stone. There we go. The wall out here is still all stone. Or not really, but we'll fix that later. And the wall inside of here is going to be made of sandstone. Now, I have no clue. I know that I'm using a diameter of 12 for this room, but I don't know how tall it's going to be, so I'm just going to go ahead and mine out a large area, because it's way easier to build something after you already mine out the area than it is to have to build it while you're dealing with mining out the area. And I have a haze beacon set up over here anyway, so why not? Alright, so right in the middle of all of these things, I'm going to go ahead and build, which I think right in the middle should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7. Should be these 2 blocks right here, which I'm going to make it 4 wide because, you know, why not? And there we go. And I'm going to use a commonly known trick that I think still works. I should probably have checked this before I started building, but I believe it still works. I should probably like check this like right now. But if you put carpets on top of fences, you will be able to jump on top of them because, you know, the carpet takes up more than the fence's hitbox, so you can jump on top of it. And then the fence's hitbox takes over. But animals, mobs, pretty much any mob, doesn't really understand that, and they sort of... I probably should check to see if this still works before I explain it. Alright, so yeah, it still works. So basically, their AI, they actually can jump over it. It's physically possible for them to do it. But their AI doesn't actually detect that they are able to do it, so they just end up not even doing it at all. So that's a pretty cool trick if you want to know how to keep mob farms easy and simple and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Now, the reason why the cow thing is being split into 2 is obviously, not obviously, but it's because of the fact that, oh gosh, one day here I'm going to have to go and find some mushrooms to keep, and for classical purposes I'll just keep normal cows too, because I don't want them all to be red. I want racial diversity or equality or whatever, so yeah, I don't really know what that has to do with anything. But wait, what? 1, 2, 3, wait, if that's the entrance. What is going on here? Why is this all super uneven and stuff? Super uneven, man. Oh, okay, so the fences should probably go right here. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is add some support beams and stuff with like this wood, and it's all cool and stuff like that, and it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be all cool, and yeah.
I think I'm safe. Yeah, I'm safe.
Alright, so I finished this stuff now. The sort of, it's support beams, I guess? I don't know. I mean, this would actually be practical in something like Terra Firma Craft, but, you know, I'm doing it for looks in this case. So I finished these support beams. I think these would probably look pretty great. Great is the word of the day, I think. Today's great day. Let's see what this looks like if we put fences under these. Hey, you know what? I like that. It gives it more pizzow. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about, so I can't really blame you for that. So anyway, I don't have any sticks in my inventory for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna go get a stick or 2 or 4, however many you want to make, and I'm gonna put a stick with a piece of cobblestone on it that somehow powers stuff behind this, and that's not actually what I meant to do because, you know what, I don't feel like placing a freaking lever on it, so I'm just gonna be lazy and put 2 of them behind here and waste 1 instead. It's a stick and cobblestone. I don't really think I need it that bad. And then what I'm going to do is put smooth sandstone behind this. I think I'll actually put carved on the top just to be fancy, and I'll put what am I doing? I'll put the slabs on the bottom and I'll put the fences on the top. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I like how this is going. I don't know why, but sandstone and spruce wood are just like they were born for each other. I don't know how sandstone gets born, but they were, I swear. So now I'm going to wait. Alright, so because I already used the spruce wood here, just putting another line of it would be weird. So I'm going to put another fence there to connect it. And this is where the mushrooms, or this will be the place where the normal cows are staying, I think. Actually, no, this will be the normal cow pen, and this will be the mushroom pen. So, yeah, they are pretty small spaces, but, you know, whatever. They don't deserve any better. They're frickin' AI in a game. I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna throw it off the edge. I think instead I'm going to make this out of like normal sandstone. That would look way better. And I'm going to, or not normal sandstone, that was normal sandstone, I mean smooth sandstone because it's all smooth and smooth and awesome. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to put fences right there. There we go. Wow. Wow. Look at how professional. And maybe I should do it for this one. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that for these. These exclusively deserve that because I don't know why. They're just awesome like that. So hey, I mean, I'm not being too cruel to these cows. I'm giving them this little awesome thing. I mean, it doesn't matter how much space they have as long as they have this awesome thing, right? Right, yeah. Wow, this is coming together a lot better than I thought it would. So over here, I am going to need to hide some lighting in here somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do is to keep the sort of blue carpet theme that we have going. Over here, number 1, so that this looks a little bit more organized and not as awkward, I'm going to put, oh crap, do I have a silk touch pickaxe on me? Yes, I do. I'm just going to put glowstone all over the freaking place and then put carpet over it. Carpet's so nice, man. Are you serious? I need more. I need more? Okay, I'm just gonna do this side right now and then put carpet over it later. It's gonna look like crap for now, but hey, who cares? Alright, so I think to continue the spherical shape that we're going with here, I really need to stop building spheres, man. Like, seriously, I was just talking the other episode about how every single thing I build in this world is a sphere, and it's getting kind of crazy, dude. I don't know. I realize this is a game about cubes and blocks and stuff like that, but I don't know why. Circles just are so intriguing to me in this game. I think it makes everything look better because I don't know how else to make a rectangle look interesting. I think over here we're going to go ahead and turn this into sandstone. Yeah, I'm not even going to kill you. I don't even have my bow out. I'm not even going to deal with you right now. You know, shouldn't endermites be able to teleport? Like, really? Why aren't endermites able to teleport? That's kind of not a good thing because they're endermites and they come from ender pearls. They come from the users of ender pearls. They should probably be able to teleport. Really, like, why can't they? They're just reskins of silverfish that don't move as much, and that's it. Okay, so on the top here, we're going to be doing some sort of design with these redstone things. I know I want 4 right in the middle, and I think that right here is probably the middle. Why is this side so long and... Okay, wait a second. Okay, I guess I guess I'll just keep it like that. I don't really know why it's like that, but I'll keep it, I suppose. So anyway, in the very middle of this, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the middle should be like right here. These blocks, which means all I need to do is put a lever right here, and boom. There we go. I could have just used redstone, but I don't have any on me right now. So then what we're going to do is just put 2, 3. I know we're going to want to completely do something like this. Do that, that. Are you serious? We're missing 1. Alright, so I went back and I got some of these thingies that I can that's 1 off. I didn't even think about that at all. Alright, well, we have 1 more blue carpet to get, but that's not the thing that we actually went for in the first place. Let me just do that. That's not the thing we went for in the first place. The thing that we went for was some extra redstone lamps, because I think we might need them. I think, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Whatever that is, let's do it. So, we're gonna need a lot more levers for this. Just like that much. I actually didn't expect that to be... Oh, we didn't actually need that many. Whatever, I'm just going to keep them there anyway. I keep forgetting redstone lamps act that way. So now we're going to cover up all of this and go back inside and see what this may look like. Wow, that was the worst place I could have possibly picked. Wow, this literally was the worst place I could have possibly picked to go back inside, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Jump on it. Okay, there we go. I'm not even sure what just happened. So, now, what's this place look like? That, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is cover these up with half slabs, not the actual lamps themselves, but the space in between the lamps. I'm going to cover with half slabs, just to make it look that little bit nicer. I suppose you could call it nicer. I don't really know what else you'd call it. I think it looks kind of nicer. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm getting vertigo from this, but hey, whatever. Not like full vertigo, but, you know, some sort of disorientation. Okay, seriously, just place a stupid block. Of course, there would be a lighting error. Of course. Alright. Okay, so the ceiling is done, which is the most important part. What am I talking about? It's the most annoying part. I'm gonna go ahead and put stairs right there. I think that looks good. For that, I don't really think we need to make it arc. Why is there one piece of wood here that's missing? Okay, and now to smooth this out a bit, we are going to add some slabs right there. It didn't really come out as a dome, but hey, whatever, it came out better than a dome. Some more slabs right here. And a slab to fix the stupid lighting error. And there we go! Wow! 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 How many more times can I say wow? This actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that. That just looks ugly. This came out a million times better than I thought it would. This actually looks pretty decent, and I was not expecting that. I'm gonna craft a bit more slabs and see if I can possibly make this look just even more better than it already looks. Just like, wow. Wow, man. I didn't think this was gonna turn out at all, but it really, really did. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, man. Look at it! Do you see this? Okay, now all we need is to actually get one more carpet and put the cows in here. I'm going to need some lighting here also, which I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it, but where am I going to even put the lighting in here? I didn't think about that at all. I mean, I could just do torches, but that looks ugly. So not carpet. That would just be, and light sources don't actually show from the bottom of these, I don't believe. Like if I were to put an actual block here. Oh, the light does show. Is that just, I think that's just the effect of the light going over there. So actually, the light will show in this direction. I think we might do that, because the light's gonna curve over to like the side a bit. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we'll replace some of those with glowstone or something, which I actually have on me right now, so, or it would be better for the redstone lamps, because those look better exposed. Alright, for this bridge, I just decided to go with this. I'm not exactly sure how good this looks compared to other things, but I didn't want to just like hide the lights down here. I wanted to make them grand and stupendous and like other assorted adjectives to fit with this and not be hidden in the little corner like I do all the time. So now this is actually perfect for cows. We just need, you know, the actual cow part. Okay, this is the right hole, right? Okay, you guys just need to jump down this hole and don't die of fall damage in some random spot. Alright, so he made it down okay. Now you need to make it down okay. Alright, I deemed that one the female for some reason, even though they look no different. So, looks like they both made it down just fine. I probably should cover up this hole in the ceiling. Okay. Just don't accidentally kill the cow with the axe. Don't accidentally kill the cow with the pickaxe either. Put this right there. Okay! Didn't think we were going to be able to do that properly, but we did. Oh, we need to actually fill in the floor first. Here we go! Yes! Cow mating. There we go. Cow farm moved into new location that actually looks good. I think, in my opinion at least. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm actually very happy with how it went. I think we got a lot done in this episode that I never thought we were going to get done, actually. So in the next episode, we'll probably continue with this. Maybe even make a chicken farm, pig farm. I don't exactly know where any of the... no, I have sheep. I think we might actually make the pig farm and chicken farm, the sheep farm, or whatever we can possibly do. Maybe make a wheat farm or sugarcane farm and stuff. It's endless now that I finally got this one area done. So I hope you enjoyed, and I already said so, but I'm going to say it again. So bye.